Okay, guys, I'm gonna give everybody just a few more minutes. Shantae just posted the link, so I'll give everybody just a few more minutes to try to hop on. Can everyone hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Maybe we won't have any puppy interruptions tonight. I don't have a puppy sitter, so they get a little antsy after about 45 minutes.
How have you been, Tonya?
Ooh, well, I got better from my hospital trip, and then Sunday,
Hmm.
it was nothing but the devil. So Sunday, I had decided that I would pass a little knowledge along to some people,
Uh-huh.
and just feeling like I should do that. And so I was walking out of my kitchen, literally on my way downstairs to get ready to share what I had to share.
Hmm.
They had done a little remodeling right here, and they left a block right as you turn by my microwave, and it had just been put there like a few hours before, and it
Hmm.
wasn't on my mind. And so I stepped in the block, and I fell, and I landed on my left shoulder, and then
Oh,
my
no.
face hit the floor as well. Well, I said, devil, you ain't gonna stop me. So I suffered through the hour of what I was doing,
Hmm.
and I didn't want to go to the ER, so I waited till Monday. So I ended up going to the walk-in clinic, and it tore my rotator cuff.
Mm.
So I look like I got a whole another shoulder on top of the shoulder that I do have. So
Wow.
yeah, it was just so freak. And then my left cheekbone, they said they have to do a CT of it because for some reason they say facial bones don't show up in X-rays. So I had to have a CT scan because my cheekbone hit secondly. And yeah, this I think this is the most painful thing I've ever experienced. I tore my ACL playing ball growing up.
Uh-huh.
I've broken my wrist, but let me tell you something. I can do everything in the world with my arm except raise it up, and I can't raise it at all. So trying to put on a shirt, off a shirt, anything like that is almost impossible.
So you need buttons down, period.
I don't even know what I just I don't know right now.
Wow. I am so sorry to hear that.
Yes, it's just a huge knot, um, like right on the ball of my shoulder. So I've always heard of people tearing the rotator cuff, and I have never experienced it, but I can say firsthand, I have experienced it now. So
And it is no joke, huh?
no, and literally, I mean, I can push my arm forward, backwards, turn my palm over, and do all that. But like if you was gonna go to do like a jumping jack move that way, I can't do it at all. I mean, I literally can't move my hand probably away from my body 3 or 4 inches. So I tried to wedge a pillow in between my arm and my body to rest. It seems to help if I keep it like level, and don't move it. And so I tried to wedge a little pillow in between there to prop it so that it wouldn't be, leaning too far down or up when I was laying down.
Yeah.
But even trying a pillow is too thick to even try to put through there. So
Wow.
yeah, and they're saying they can't get me into a specialist until Monday. And
Mm-hmm.
the doctor that saw it, she said, the last time I seen one like this, it was, and it was just a freak accident, but I clearly give it all the, the, the situation to the devil.
Oh, yeah.
I had just said, I'm going to give some knowledge today. I sent out a few people a message. Within 10 minutes, this happened. And I said, you know what? You're not going to stop me. I went right on, got me an ice pack, and I sat down in my recliner, and I just pushed through as best I could. They gave me some high, powerful pain pills. It don't even do any good to take them because it doesn't even stop.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it doesn't stop it at all.
That's something.
Yeah. But they said because of the force, like all of my body weight is what, landed on that shoulder socket. And
Oh, okay.
so you just imagine your whole body weight pushing
Mhm.
onto something. And it was tile, so it wasn't carpet or something soft that I hit. And I just told them, y'all get this block out of this house. I never want to see it again. I don't care if the floor comes up at this point. So,
Yeah.
but we got so far. It looks like we got about 13 people. So with all that being said, guys, I really didn't know for sure, about training tonight. I was in the hospital. A lot of you don't know, for about 4 or 5 days, and I made it out. Um, but it was like right at teaching day, and I wasn't prepared. So I decided, that tonight I would I'm going to go back to an old strategy. Is to do with the cloud. I don't know how many of you have been a part of this strategy before, um but I'm going to try to go over this strategy tonight, and then after that I will basically answer any questions anyone might have about anything that I can. But meanwhile, while I'm trying to set everything up, um does anyone have any questions while I'm trying to get this set up here? No questions? All right.
You need me to man the chat?
Yes, if you don't mind, let me
Okay.
see here.
I'm gonna mute out though.
I'm gonna unmute everyone. We're gonna try this. So you all will be able to ask questions because I have you all muted. So please show respect and mute yourself. If you don't mute yourself and I see your name flashing, I'm gonna ask you by name, and then secondly, I'll just mute you. I'm not for sure if these things are still being sent to iMarkets Live or not for possible training opportunities for me, but anyway, so I'm gonna unmute everybody and we'll try to go forward. So everybody's unmuted. If you have any questions, please ask them now, and then we'll try to move forward. I'm gonna set this up real quick. As I said, a lot of you were probably, I don't know if y'all were a part of this when it was taught or not. So I'm gonna go back to it. It's a great strategy. Let's just hope that the market will show us what we need to see. Every time I've tried to teach it before, it didn't show us anything. Um, so this is what they call the red line, blue line strategy. Um, and so basically what you do is you have your cloud set up, and for anyone that doesn't have it set up, we'll go through that after this. Most of you probably do. There might be some newbies that didn't. So you start out with a 4-hour time frame, and all I do is go to the top of the market watch right here on the left, and I pull this pair over, and we start out with the 4-hour area, and we ask ourselves for a buy opportunity. Is the red line, let me just see if I can find one. It makes it easier. Okay, so we'll start with this pair since it's gonna show us somewhat if we need to see. Is the red line under the blue line under the red cloud? And the answer to this question is yes on the 4-hour. So then we would go to the 1-hour and we ask ourselves, is the red line under the blue line under the red cloud? And the answer is yes. So now we go to the 15-minute. Is the red line under the blue line under the red cloud? And as you can see here, the answer is no. However, with this being said, the 15-minute chart is the only chart that you see that the answer is not yes. what you can do is you can tell that right now it's just in a little bit of a pullback, okay? So you could go right here and like, so straight up here, you can tell it's in a pullback because, you know, the cloud is sort of up an indentation there. But if you come right over here and you can tell where the cloud is going down, you can touch the edge of this cloud right here and you see where the time says -3. So we're on the 15-minute chart. So that would tell us in 45 minutes, we need to check back and look at GBP USD, and the answer should be yes at that point. But we would still re-verify all 3 time categories, okay? So generally what I do is I go in my phone and I say, set me an alarm, you know, check back. You could even check back in 30 minutes, you know, GBP USD. And I just put it in there and my phone will go off and I go back. So we'll go back and we'll click the 4-hour again and we pull over the next pair. And we ask the question, is the red line under the blue line under the red cloud? And the answer is going to be yes, but it's in the cloud. So we have to skip this, okay? But we'll go ahead and look just to see on the 1 hour. And as you could tell, the answer would be no there. So we'll go to the next pair. And the question is the red line under the blue line under the red cloud, and the answer is no. So we just go to the next pair. Is the red line under the blue line under the red cloud? And the answer is no. So we just go to the next pair. So now the question changes because it's above the cloud. So the question is the red line over the blue line over the green cloud. And the answer is no. So we go to the next pair. Okay, is the red line over the blue line over the green cloud? And the answer is yes. So now we go to the 1 hour. Is the red line over the blue line over the green cloud? And the answer is yes. So now we go to the 15-minute. Is the red line over the blue line over the green cloud? And the answer is yes. So let me tell you why the answer is yes here. The red line is what, if the red line is in the cloud, you just have to say no. It is okay for the blue line to be in the cloud. However, as you can tell, right here, this cloud, it's dipped down. So that means it's in a little bit of a pullback. So what I would do is, and somebody remind me, in about 15 minutes, we will come back and check this because I would prefer to see this red line get up a little bit more. But as we stand right now, the answer is yes. So we could enter this trade. However, somebody, who's been in the chat? Stephanie, Miss Barbara?
It's me.
Okay.
I was muted, so you know.
Okay, gotcha. So
Yep.
just remind me in 15 minutes to come back and we'll check EG, okay?
Okay.
And y'all will see exactly how this plays back. And then you just go back and click the 4-hour again, and we go to the next pair. Is the red line under the blue line under the red cloud? And the answer is no. As you can tell, it's below a green cloud right now. So we go to the next pair. Is the red line under the blue line under the red cloud? So sometimes this, you know, you're looking, is it under, what part is it under? And so to know that it's getting to a red cloud, I just touch the edge. So literally, because it's the 4-hour time frame and that says -2, it would be 8 hours. So it will be on in the morning before this moves over. So this answer is going to be no, okay? So we pull over. Is the red line under the blue line under the red cloud? And the answer is yes. Is the red line under the blue line under the red cloud? And the answer is yes. Is the red line under the blue line under the red cloud? And the answer is yes. However, me just knowing the cloud and training, what is about to happen with this cloud? It's about to do a twist, correct? And it's about to go into the green cloud. So me just knowing the cloud, I know that in the next 15 minutes, this answer would be no, okay? So I would not enter this trade, even though it's a yes right now, because this thing is gonna twist in a minute. So you have to use your common sense if you know anything about the cloud. So just because it was a yes, you got to, look a little further. So now we're going to pull over the next pair. We're back to the 4 hour. Is the red line under the blue line under the red cloud? The answer is yes. We go to the 1 hour. Is the red line under the blue line under the red cloud? The answer is yes. Now we go to the 15-minute. Is the red line under the blue line under a red cloud? And the answer is no. And let me tell you what it is. It's right now in a pullback on the 15-minute, because as you can tell, the cloud is, in an indentation up here. So because we need it to go down, we will want to check back over here in maybe, 30, 45 minutes, and this red line should be then below the blue line. So I would also set an alarm in my phone, GBP chief, to check back in 30 to 45 minutes. And so just put your alarm there in your phone, and you would know what to do. We'll go to the next pair. So we already know right off the bat, this is a no. We don't have to ask that question. And I will read you these off very slowly when we get finished. So here we go. Is the red line under the blue line under the red cloud? On the 4 hour, yes. On the 1 hour, is the red line under the blue line under the red cloud? Yes. 15-minute. Is the red line under the blue line under the red cloud? The answer is no. Do you see how G Chief and GBP JPY look so much alike? They're almost doing the same thing. So if you can tell here, this probably will not change for a little while. It might be on over here unless something pushes this. So it just looks like this is going to continue to consolidate. However, you could check back in 30 minutes, just to be on the safe side. However, if we look out here in the future, we know that in 4 hours or 3 hours, this thing is going to twist. So just, me being me, I would just stay away from that right now. However, the 4 hour and the 1 hour were beautiful. I mean, if you look here, you're well below it. Right here, you're well below it, and the 15-minute just says, hey, it's in a pullback. So we'll go to the next pair. We'll pull it over. Is the red line under the blue line under the green cloud? The answer is no. So we go to the next pair. Is the red line over the blue line over a green cloud? And the answer is no. So we go to the next pair. Is the red line over the blue line over the green cloud? The answer is yes. However, we know that this is going to twist soon. So what we do is we want to go right here to where this red cloud starts. So we know that in 4 hours, it should twist, and it will go, according to this, into a red cloud. But if you look, this cloud is not very thick that it's going to go into, and it's sort of, flat like across the top. So it looks like this thing would consolidate for a long time, and then it would go up. So just in my opinion, because this answer is yes right now, I would look at the 1 hour, but just based off of what I know off of the 4 hour, I would not enter that, Even if the other two panned out properly, I would not enter it, just because what's about to happen in 4 hours. So, think ahead, think smart. So here we go. Is the red line over the blue line over a green cloud? No. And guys, I usually check this thing closer to 10 p.m. I don't check it at 8, but it's not going to show you a big difference from now to 10, but that's just what I try to do. So this one is the red line under the blue line under a red cloud, and the answer is yes. Is the red line under the blue line under the red cloud? The answer is yes. Is the red line under the blue line under the red cloud? And the answer is no, because it's in the cloud. So we don't trade that. So here we go. Is the red line under the blue line under a red cloud? And the answer is no. Is the red line under the blue line under a red cloud? Yes. Is the red line under the blue line under a red cloud? And the answer is no. And this gets aggravating on the nights that you don't see. Some nights you'll see no setups, and some nights you might see 8 or 9 setups. So, but it's a very dependable strategy, guys. I've used this for a long time, and what you can do is basically when they line up properly, you enter a take profit for 10 pips, and I would say it's about an 85% ratio win rate. So here we go. Is the red line over the blue line over a green cloud? And the answer is no. So then we go to, I've got some bit crypto here, so we'll ask that question. Is the red line under the blue line under the red cloud? Yes. Is the red line under the blue line under the red cloud? Yes. Is the red line under the blue line under a red cloud? And it's in the cloud, so we have to say no. However, you could see that that was heading toward being a good setup. And pretty much all cryptos almost follow each other. So here we go again. Is the red line under the blue line under the red cloud? Yes. Is the red line under the blue line under the red cloud? Yes. Is the red line under the blue line under the red cloud? Yes. We finally have a setup. So for those of you that trade crypto or that would like to put it in a demo, you could put Ethereum, ETH/USD, into your demo for a sale with a 10 pip take profit. So the question is the red line under the blue line under the red cloud on the 4-hour, the 1-hour, and the 15-minute? And all 3 of those were yes. And so therefore you can enter on a sale for 10 pip take profit. And just, if you want to put it in your demo to see, you're welcome to. And we'll pull over the pair now. Is the red line under the blue line under red cloud? Yes. The red line under the blue line under the red cloud? Yes. Is the red line under the blue line under a red cloud? No. So, you get to the point, it'll be so aggravating. Everything will be perfect. But guys, if it does not set up on all 3 time frames, do not enter it. And you'll get to the point you can run through all of these pairs in 10 minutes. So here we go. Is the red line under the blue line under the red cloud? Yes. Is the red line under the blue line under the red cloud? Yes. Is the red line under the blue line under the red cloud? Yes. So this is Bitcoin. You could do the same thing. So if you notice, Ethereum and Bitcoin, they all sort of move alike. And so you could enter in your demo a sale for Bitcoin USD, BTC, because there's tons of Bitcoin, 10 pip take profit for a sale. Now, we're not even going to discuss this next monster right here for 10 pips, but we'll ask the theory anyway. Is the red line over the blue line over a green cloud? Yes. Is the red line over the blue line over a green cloud? And the answer is no. So we would have to skip it, but we'll look at the 15-minute, and there you go, you see why. And the last one I have on here is the red line under the blue line under a red cloud? Yes. Is the red line under the blue line under the red cloud? Yes. Is the red line under the blue line under a red cloud? No. So that would be a no. So we've had two cryptos that gave us yes. And I think we said we were supposed to check back. Was it EG? EG?
It is EG. We still have like 4 minutes though.
Okay. So yeah, so we'll just look real quick. That's yes. And so see, it's throwing a red candle. So I'm gonna say it's probably gonna take it another 30 minutes, to really give you that look.
Mm-hmm.
But then if you're gonna look, it's just gonna consolidate and then it's gonna drop. So I probably would not get into this trade. For those of you that know how to read the cloud, you would come up with the same thing, because It's going to consolidate for the next 4 hours, and then it'll drop, and then it'll consolidate, and who knows from there, you know.
Would the
So,
box strategy be a good thing for that?
we'll look at the box in just a second, as a matter of fact. So everybody jot this down real quick. So the buy, this is the strategy. Is the red line over the blue line over the green cloud on the 4 hour, the 1 hour, and the 15-minute? If so, you can enter a buy for 10 pips. The sell strategy is the red line under the blue line under the red cloud on the 4 hour, the 1 hour, and the 15-minute. And if so, you can enter into a sale for 10 pip take profit.
Say them again, Tonya.
Okay, 1 second, guys. Give me 1 second. I need to, I had a quick call that came in, but let me mute for 1. All right, guys. Okay. So we'll go now. So does anybody have any questions about the red line, blue line strategy before we move on to something else?
Did you say that you checked the 4 hour, 1 hour, and the 15-minute?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and it's red line under the blue line, under the red cloud, the sell.
Yes, ma'am.
And then it's red line over the blue line, over the green cloud is a buy.
That's correct. On all 3 times.
Okay. Someone is asking if you could show your settings, Tonya.
Okay, so it's the natural default settings for the Ichimoku cloud. So you do not change them to Dr. K's settings. So I took them off. So basically, guys, it's the 9, 26, and 52. I snatched the cloud off already, but it's the 9, 26, and 52. So it's the basic cloud default settings. Do I still need to load them so you all could see real quick?
Yes.
Okay, great. So let me go right here real quick. Okay, so if you will look at the color scheme, you can make it whatever you want, but always I make the up Kumo green because it's a buy, and the red Kumo, down red. So here's the color situation. So you all should have that. And then on this setting, you can't see the first one, but it's 9, 26, 52. Everybody got that?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, sure. So guys, let's talk real quick about the box strategy. Oh my God, y'all, it is so powerful. I have started using other tools with it, and man, it is so powerful. It is, it's that thing that you can just count on almost every day of your life kind of thing. For those of you that trade it, you should know that by now. It to me is more consistent than the London breakout. So what we'll do tonight real quick is we'll do the same thing we did on the red line, blue line strategy. And I'll just go down the market watch, and everything that applies to the box strategy, I'll call that pair real quick, and you can, you know, put your own twist on it. After we get off, it's a little early for me, but I will judge it off of the candles that I see after the period separator right now. So, and if there's one on the period separator that's not huge like this current one, we will use it. So right off the bat here, let's go to the top, and we have EUSD, USD, CHF. And so to me, this does not look like a viable option. So I will go to GBP USD. To me, this pair is very trustworthy, almost on the box every day. So I would use this pair right now, unless something crazy goes on with this 8 o'clock candle. I would use this setup right here. I would use the candle currently that's on the period separator, and I would use the candle, you know, the candle that's not at, just forget about the last one. We're using this candle and the 3 that follow. So in my opinion, the GU is a very viable option. However, I would wait till 9 o'clock to see what this candle is gonna do and use those, you know, 5 candles right there. So in my opinion, GU is a very viable option for the box strategy for tonight. We'll pull over the next, which is EU, and it should look just like it almost. This candle that's active right now is, you know, to me, if it gets much larger, moving upward into a buy, I would not like to consider it, because I think the box is getting a little too large. So that's something we would have to, you know, check back on. However, let's look at USD JPY. In my opinion, that is not an option. That's not consolidation. To me, this is not consolidation.
Tonya,
Yes, ma'am.
it's not consolidation. Is that because when you taught us that it was too zigzaggy?
Yeah, so if you look, you got a little volume right now in this. So let's just put a box and let me show you what I'm talking about. So
Now I want you to go to energy. Click on energy. And you should see WTI crude oil or US oil.
okay, so who do we have talking so I can go ahead and mute them out? Okay, so if you see now, based on the candle prior to the active candle now, the white one right before the red one, this box is a little large for consolidation. You know, that's quite a bit of movement. So
Gotcha.
now, if they looked like, let me show you. If they look like, let's say that next to last candle wasn't there, and if they look like this right here, I would consider that, you know, easily. However, that next to last candle is, you know, it's throwing some volume to me, and it's starting to make your box a little large. So what happens is when your box gets a little large, it just, you know, so you got to move so much higher to activate or lower, and then you got to worry about getting your 10 pips. So to me, it's just not consolidation, because, you know, you're seeing this uptrend and they're getting a little big. And if you notice too, you got flat bottoms. So that tells me that we're going to continue to see momentum.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, so we sort of see the same thing here again. Now, so let's say we forgot about this last candle. Let's say it wasn't here right now, and we wanted to look. We could easily use these 2 candles before the period separator, and that next to the last candle, you know, if the last candle was not there. Now this box is beautiful to me, that size box. However, with this candle getting that volume there, you know, it's starting to make your box real big. However, what you could do as an option, just depending on what happens with this candle, if it doesn't get much larger, you can look and I I don't think this box would be too large. However, if this last candle right here, if this 8 o'clock candle continued to move upwards, I would be leery of it.
Tonya, there's a question.
Sure.
How many pips in the box would you say is too many to be considered consolidation?
You know, I've never really measured that because, you know, you have to look at the totality of things. However, I can give you like look parameter wise. I can roughly tell you. I've just never measured it because I consider a lot of things before it. You know, I would say the maximum you would want to go would be. I wouldn't go any more than maybe 12 to 13 pips. That's getting a little large. So, you know, I like the 8 to 10 pip range is good for me. And then on the other side of the token, you don't want anything really flat, you know. So when I find something flat in a few minutes, I'll show you that as well. So I would say, you know, no more than 12 pips. And I just prefer, you know, the 8 to 10 pip range. Now, let's just say that we were analyzing these 3 red candles and those 2 white candles there, or even the third one. I'm going to show you what would be too flat to me. And what happens when it's very flat is it tends to hit a buy and a sell stop. So I wouldn't go any, you know, so this is probably like, that's 3.4 pips. So I would say you would want at least 4.5 pips, 4 to 4.5 pips in a box, and no more than 12. That's just me, you know. You're welcome to try. I've just done this and perfected it and won on it so much that I can just look at it right off and know, you know, if it's gonna work. And now, like in the current situation we see right now with EA, I would easily consider, you know, the candle before the separator, the first candle in the next 2. And, you know, it doesn't always have to be what's after the separator. I just think because it's in the Asian session that you're setting it up, it gets a little more, you know, reliable when you grab what's after the separator. And so you can see here, this box is way too big. So that doesn't look like it's that big, but when you measure it, it's 20 pips. So let's keep pulling them over here. That's too big in my opinion. Just because I think this last candle is going to continue to grow, you know. That's not an option. So if you use the 4.5, 5, I'd say 5 to 12 ratio is what you would want to look for. And here, as we can tell, you know, it's just, there's probably AUD news that just happened, I bet you. Will somebody check the news? And always remember too, guys, trading the news strategy is totally different from what I'm talking about here. I just say steer clear of trading a pair in the box strategy that is going to have news within the next 6 hours. If you know how to trade the news, trade the news. However, you know how it can affect this box. And because you've got orders set both ways, it would hit both of them. Clearly, you know, I'm not against trading the news at all. I trade the news. However, I don't trade anything in the box that's going to have news within the next 6 or 7 or 8 hours.
We've had USD from 8:30 and it's coming up until through 10. Oh, sorry.
through 10 o'clock tonight?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and that's USD?
No.
AUD.
AUD.
Yes, ma'am. That's always 8:30. You can count on AUD news at least 3 nights a week at 8:30. I think they have more news than anybody. Now, to me, guys, this right here. So when this candle closes at, let's say, 9 o'clock, you could consider the 4 candles after, the period separator. And I think that's a good setup. You don't see that a lot of times on G pairs. Sometimes you see a little bit more, velocity in it. But you could easily look at GCAD. But because I trade GCAD in the breakout, I try not to trade it in the box. And here's GA, in which we know there's news right now, so I wouldn't deal with that right now on the box strategy.
Tonya, do you have a moment to explain the box strategy because someone is asking that's new?
Okay, sure. So basically, the box strategy is a strategy that I developed, and I developed it based off of consolidation. So you look for at least 4 hours consolidation, and generally what you will find is most pairs consolidate when the New York session closes and you start going into the Asian session, which is right now. So there's 4 or 5 pairs that every night is going to look almost the same each and every night. Somebody's got a lot of noise. If you could please mute yourself. Whoever's got all the TV playing and all that kind of stuff, please mute yourself. Let me just look myself and I'll mute it. Whoever, I don't know what's going on.
Whoever has the Galaxy S10.
Okay, so whoever has a Galaxy S10, please mute yourself. I hate to mute people.
I think it's
I don't
better
know
to mute everyone.
why I have to go through this each and every week.
And now there's Tanika Richardson.
Okay. Okay. That handled that part. Okay, gotcha.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so back to the box. Sorry for the interruption. So you set up the box off of the 1 hour time frame. And what you do is, just to show you a prime example, GU and EU almost every night consolidate. And the way I do this is I have period separators, so it makes it easier for me to find. So if you want to know how to put the period separators, you just right click and you go to properties. And then on the right hand side, it'll say common. And you just click right there. It says show period separators and you click OK. And you'll get all of these little separators that between each separation is a day. So right here is GU. And so what I do is we're just going to pretend that this last candle right here, which is the 8 o'clock candle, for the time, we'll just pretend that it is closed already. So generally, because I'm in the central time zone, about 5 minutes after 9, I'll sit down and I'll look for my pairs that I want to put in the box strategy. So this candle would be closed at that time. So I look for at least four candles of consolidation. Now, consolidation can happen anytime, day or night, 24 hours a day. I use this on traditional Forex pairs. I do not use it on indices. So I cannot tell you to use it on indices. So what you will see here is if I use this last candle, we're pretending it is already closed. I will take these 4 candles here and I create what's called a box. And rather than going up here and going into the tools and adding a box, because it never sets just properly, I just use my horizontal line. So I grab a horizontal line and I go to the high point of these 4 white candles. And I set my line at the highest point, the highest wick or the highest candle body. And then I go and grab another horizontal line, and I go to the low point of those 4 candles, and I set my line. So then I have a notepad, and I write my pair GBP/USD, okay? And I will write the word high on the left-hand side. And I touch this line that was my high, and it says my price is 1.24151. Okay, so you can use between 10 and 15 pips. I use 11, okay, 11. And I have used 11 for as long as I can remember, and it works for me. However, you can use what you would like. So I use 11. So when I write this price down, I would then take and I would add 11 pips to 1.24151. So my buy stop entry price would be 1.24261. So I would enter a buy stop order at 1.2424261. And then I would add a 10 pip take profit. Now, you use the stop loss that you choose to use. I don't use a stop loss for this. Then I would go and I would write the word low, and I would write 1.24030. And I would subtract 11 pips. And I can't do that in my head right now. I don't have my glasses on, but it should probably be 1.23. What is that, guys? I can't see. 1.23930 maybe as my sell stop entry. So I would just subtract 11. And that would be my sell stop entry. And I would subtract an additional 10 pips as a take profit. And I don't use a stop loss. You can use, whatever you choose to use. So the gist of this is basically that closer to the London session, you will find that this pair will break out of this consolidation box, and it will either go into a buy or a sell. If it goes into the buy, you should close your sell stop order. If it goes into a sell, you should close your buy stop order. And I can prove this. However, I've had somebody back test this, and out of 28 days, 26 days activated, and you got your 10 pips take profit. In the other 2 days, it just didn't activate. It wasn't a loser, it just didn't activate. So if you look at today right here, on this exact pair, what happened was you set up your box and you activated into a sell stop. And if you didn't, if you knew how to use a trailing stop, this thing gave you an additional 99 pips after the breakout. So I have a strategy that I'm teaching offline from this group totally into my group, into my own little thing, that I will show you how to know exactly how many pips you can get off of this. The box is always good for 10 pips, always. And so what I do, before I perfected this to know exactly how many pips I could count on, I would just enter the same order like 5 times. So I knew I was going to get 10 pips. So if I entered the same order with the same buy stop entry, the same sell stop entry, 5 times, it was 50 pips for every pair that I put in. I think Miss Claudette put in 14 pairs one time, and she did it in some in demo, some in live, and all 14 went for 10 pips. Now, if you know how to use a trailing stop or use multiple orders, it will give you more pips. I just can't say that it's going to do that consistently every time. I will tell you it will give you 10 pips, but I will tell you there is something else, and I can't go any further into it on this training, that I can tell you exactly how many pips you'll get out of it. So does that answer your question about the box strategy? And what you will find is GU and EU look almost the same every single night. So I usually, my favorite pairs for this are GU, EU, USD JPY, and USD CAD, and I love EG. EG is very successful on the box strategy.
So you have GU, EU,
Mhm.
and EG.
And EG, that's my favorites. Now you can find it, some nights you can go down this thing and see 10 pairs that you could put in the box. And you don't have to do it at night, guys. Anytime, if you look across here and you see consolidation in the middle of the day, it doesn't matter when. Like look right, oh gosh, let me fix my chart. If you look over here, you know, right here, this was consolidating in the middle of the day. If you look at it right here, it was consolidating at the end of the day. And if you would have set this box up, it clearly broke into the sale and gave you your pips. And this was, you know, this is leading up. The period separator was like just a little while ago, okay? So this was leading up. This is late afternoon. You know, this is probably 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon that you could have set this up, and then on through the night about right now, up to midnight on that night, boom, there it went. And let's see how many pips it gave.
And Tonya, I'm sorry to bother you, but can you repeat your favorite pairs for the box strategy again?
Sure. So on this particular night, guys, right here, even after the breakout, it still gave you another 50 something pips. So I do GU, EU, USD CAD, USD JPY, and EG, EURGBP. My favorites are GU, EU, and EG.
Thank you.
So any questions, guys?
Yes, there was a question to show how you put your lines out there again.
The period separator or the lines for the box?
The lines for the box.
Okay, great. So we'll go back over here and I'll pull a different pair over. Let's see, this should be EG maybe. Okay, and it's not consolidating tonight. Okay, let me find one that looks really good. So I did that one here, so I'll redo that again. So get this off of here.
And while you're setting that up, there was a question as to whether or not if someone could be a part of your personal group that you're teaching more insight.
Yes. Reach out to me privately in the chat, and I'll give you my. I'm creating the Telegram now, so anybody that wants to be a part of it, you're welcome to reach out to me personally. I'm adding the names now, and it's just, you know, I'm a very motivational type person, so a lot of times it's not always just about trading when I decide to, you know, drop knowledge. Daily, you know, there will be some motivational nuggets I give out. I might give trade ideas. I might give teaching ideas at the moment, you know, just whatever. It could be about what's currently going on in the market, in the news, you know, just some type education daily. So if you would just reach out to me privately in Telegram, and I'll be glad to add you. So the way that I get the box is I just grab my horizontal line and I go to the high point of the 4. It's a minimum of 4 candles. You can put as many as you want to in it, but a minimum of 4. And I put the high there on that top of that wick, and then I go here and I put the low right there. So that one's off just a little bit. I just dropped it, but just try to remember between 5 and 12 pips. If your box is around there, you're good. And that's all I do. And then I write the word high and I write the word low. And I go, guys, use pen and paper, jot it down, make sure your math is right, you know, throw it in there. But there is so much that I've been doing lately. You know, this is what I do every day, and my love and passion is, of course, to pass knowledge on to all of you. I just love, you know, passing this knowledge on. So
I have a quick question, Tonya.
Okay.
You remember that one thing about 3 weeks ago you said you were working on and you showed us all the green candles and it happened
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
can we get an update?
Okay, the update is, do you see
Oh, the retirement, yes.
Here it goes, guys. Let me give you a count for right here. Let's just get a count. We won't even go to that candle.
Oh, and Tonya, while you're doing that, there was a question. You pretty much do the box strategy on the 1 hour, correct?
Yes, always the 1 hour. You
Okay.
get too much movement and volatility on, on anything lower. I mean, guys, in the box, it works on any and everything. You don't have to just use US 30. Guys, you can make a lot of money off of traditional Forex pairs. Everybody's body, their mindset, their financial well-being, all of that, it is not prepared for what US 30 does to you, So just remember that traditional Forex, is what pays you, and everybody can't afford to do US 30. Everybody can't afford to lose $1,000 in a drop or whatever. So find you a pair. I tell people this, find you a pair, marry that pair. Look like this is going to be your next husband or wife. Educate yourself as much as you can about them. Know their tendencies, what they do, what they act like, all of these things. That's what I do. And, I have someone, let's see, let me look real quick before I say.
Tonya, when you finished that thought, you got cut off while you were getting ready to explain to us the update with what you were doing.
Okay, I was looking for something real quick. Miss Gayla, are you on here? Miss Gayla, are you on here? I guess she's not on here.
I don't see her.
Let's see. Joe, are you on here?
I don't see him either.
Okay. Gosh, the very two I want to call out. I don't mentor a lot of people, guys, because mentoring, and it's not because I don't want to, mentoring is literally a mental tutor. So I have to completely buy into you and you have to buy into me. But there are some people that I mentor privately, through these groups. And I had one of my mentees ask me the question, Tiny, do you just look at charts all the time and come up with this stuff? And literally, I do look at charts all the time, guys, but I'm just blessed with a gift from God that when I sit down, he'll just like speak to me and I just go with it. Like, some people can write music like that or whatever, and it's just wham, there it is. And I just start going with a strategy. But real quickly, I try not to discuss these things on IBO Legacies because it's not related. But here's where I'm at. Basically, I'm finished. I'm getting ready to put it out. But if you want to look at this move right here, just an example real quick. Let me back it up a little bit further. I had to go to the 4 hour, guys, because the move was so big. But this little situation of mine right here kept you in. And you got in right here. And we'll just see how many pips it was. To the lowest, it says 5,074, and that's on GU. That's on GU. We're not talking about US 30. That's GU in 1, 2, 3, almost 4 days. So it's 500 pips in 4 days. So basically, it's ready.
I'm confused, Tonya. Was it 500 pips or 5,000 pips?
So it's 5,000 because it was GU, but it's 500. You have to take the last number off. It wasn't US 30. So it's 500 pips. It's 100 pips a day on GU. And that's through the ups and downs. Now, if we look at it, let's say on US 30, I can show you the big move that it caught on US 30. So I just have to take the zero off is basically what I was getting to when I was saying it's So we'll just look at this. I want to find that big move that happened so you could really see. Here's a big one right here. Okay, so let's see how many it pulled right here. We'll go to the lowest point. So it pulled 10,506 pips in 1, 2, 3, 4 days and a quarter.
Wow.
So, and it's literally there. It tells you when to get in, when to get out.
And how many days was that?
4.5 at the most, 4.5. It was really like 4 1/4. So I'm sure everyone would love, 2,500 pips a day. But at the same time, if you use the right lot size, anybody would love 100 pip day on one pair.
Yeah.
I have 4 strategies right now that's just sitting in my stockpile. And so it's for release, outside of, it's in my own personal setting, it's for release there. All 4 of them are winners. All 4 of them will, give you pips on anything that you trade. Today alone, it gave 300 pips in 2 pairs with less than 20 pip drawdown.
When are we gonna be able to use it?
You'll have to reach out to me outside of the off group.
Okay.
I can't teach it in the off group, in other words.
Okay.
I have to teach mostly like the cloud and the box here. So just reach out to me in my chat will be good. And just let me know, any of you that want to be a part of my Telegram that I'm going to do. Like I said, it's just mostly educational stuff, like about the news daily, motivational stuff. I'm really big into feng shui, like, your preparedness, your environment. So much of trading is just your mental and emotional state, how to set you up for that mental and emotional state. Was anybody on tonight that was on with me Sunday?
I didn't
Yes,
know
ma'am,
that.
I'm here.
I was.
Okay.
I missed you Sunday. I was in
Well,
church.
this was just something I did the spur of the moment, and it was like God just said, do this. And I just started going down my chat real quick. And I think I hit like eight people. It was something
Yeah.
privately I did. Would either one of you care to share your experience with Sunday?
Well, what I have done at the times that I've had to practice the other strategy, I've been successful 3 out of 4. And the reason I wasn't successful on the 4th one is because I wasn't paying attention.
Gotcha.
And I practiced it in my demo, and I think maybe by Monday, if not by Thursday, I'll be able to go live on it.
Yes, ma'am.
It's been really successful.
Now, who's talking now? I can't see to know who's talking.
It's Barbara.
Okay, Miss Barbara, I thought that was you.
Yep.
Thank you so much. Who else?
Welcome.
Who else?
Hi, Tonya, Miss Claudette here.
Yes, ma'am.
And well, I trust you. I love your teaching and everything. I went live immediately. and it has been very successful. I mean, I had some other indicators and whatever. I removed everything, and that's all there is on my pairs. And I find it very successful. I've had quite a bit of success with it.
Thank you so much, Miss Claudette. I just want to bless you and your country. So thank you so much. And guys, it wasn't anybody. I was just putting people out. I literally, the first 8 people that was in my chat, that's who I just sent a message to. And I stopped there because I knew that I really wanted to be able to touch those, few people's lives. And it wasn't so much about trading. I talked to you about fitness, and I'm not talking about working out. I was talking about from the perspective that we all want the quick fix. We want to trade, we want to get it quick, and we want the quick fix to get to the money, And so what we do is, if you notice, we we do everything. Okay, so let's say there's a painful situation, and we only change when there's a painful situation. You know what I'm saying? And so then we learn the proper way to do things. And when we start getting those results, we steer away because now, gosh, we've gone to the gym, we worked out, we got a beautiful body, we think we're all this, and we steer away from doing all the things that we did to get there. And it's the same thing in Forex. You got to do that mental checklist every single time. Every single time. So you got to prepare for fitness and not for the quick fix. So, you know, gosh, we're making money, we're doing everything right, we're doing the mental checklist. And guess what? Oh, we think we know it now. And we divert from the mental checklist, from the fitness checklist, and we skip a step. And guess what happens? We mess up. So guys, we got to look at Forex the same way. We got to prepare ourselves to be fit, to be fit.
Tonya,
Yes, ma'am.
under what name do I find it in Telegram?
Okay, so I'm going to send it to you. It'll go out in my Telegram is Team No 9 to 5.
Team?
Team No 9 to 5.
No,
So I'm
9.
creating it now. So the goal is to have everyone away from a 9 to 5.
Okay. So that I find you on the team no 9 to 5.
I'm going to send you I'll send you the invite.
Okay.
Okay?
My name is Luz.
Yes, ma'am. I know you, Miss Luz.
Okay. Thank you, Tonya.
Any more questions, guys? We got about 2 minutes, 3 minutes.
Yes, Tonya, there's someone new on here
Sure.
that wants to do the separators.
Okay, sure. So you just right click and you go to properties, and then on the common tab over here on the right, you just check show period separators and then click OK. And it's going to separate by whatever time frame you're in. Okay. So I do mine the 1 hour, but you can do it 15 minutes. It depends on how you trade. So I just set mine up there, and it'll change based on what you click here. Any more questions, guys? Any ways I can help y'all, tell me. Sorry, I just really wasn't prepared, you know, tonight. I didn't know what we would do.
I have a kind of basic question.
Sure.
One time you helped us. We you boxed it off and you gave us the exact take profit and the entry, everything. You did everything perfectly, and I was so excited because I got a chance to write everything down for once. And then I pulled up my thing to put all the information in. And I don't think I did it the right way. I'm like, oh my goodness, I have all this knowledge and I'm not entering this thing the right way. And I know it wasn't right because it never entered me into the trade. And I thought I did it for this. And I just need some help with that. I know that's real basic, but
no, it's not basic at all. So what I will do real quick, if y'all want me to, GU is on my screen, and I think it looks good for the consolidation. So I'll do this real quick, okay? And then what I'm gonna do is do a step-by-step guide, and I'll make sure y'all get that, because sometimes people just, you know, they panic. I did the same thing before. So I'm gonna do this real quick. I'm using the 4 candles after the period separator, and this is gonna be for GU. And so I'm gonna throw this up real quick, and then I will give you the digits, okay? So your buy stop for GU will be, buy stop order for GU will be this. Your entry price will be 1.24261. 1.24261. And your take profit will be 1.24361. That's for your buy stop. And so your sell stop entry will be 1.24361. 1.23927, 1.23927 is your sales stop entry, and your sales stop take profit will be 1.23827. And if you will tell me what your name is, I'll type up a step-by-step guide and I will send it to you.
Okay, thank you. Marion?
Okay, Miss Marion, got you. And if you will just send me your email in Telegram to me privately, I will send you that.
Thank you. I appreciate it so much.
Sure. And I hope you got the entries and you put them in your demo. I'll put mine in my live because I like the setup. So any more questions, guys?
Oh, Tonya,
Yes, ma'am.
there's news coming out at 3:30, GBP news.
Okay. So
Should you be out by then?
I don't think it'll be out. So let's I'm glad you caught that. People, y'all normally let me know if there's news. So
I didn't want to interrupt you while you were talking.
yeah. And see, so EU, it moves almost like G, you know, they're so close. Let me try to find something. And I think EG didn't look very good. I tell you what, guys, well, EG is gonna be the same way. Jesus Christ. We'll do let me see. I'm trying to find something that this, I do not like using this. I tell you what, we'll do, that's getting a little too large. This is getting me out of my comfort zone. So you said it's 3:30. I tell you what, we're gonna gamble. Put this in your demo. We're gonna do EG. And I don't think it will bother it. I just don't tell people to put it in their live account. Now I'll put it in my live account. I just have that much confidence in what I do. So with this, so guys, we're gonna do EG, and your buy stop will be your buy stop entry will be 482. 0.90482 will be your buy stop entry, and your buy stop take profit will be 0.90582.
Can you repeat the entry?
Yeah, 0.90482. And the take profit will be 0.90582.
Thank you.
For the buy stop. Your sell stop will be 0.90208, 0.90208, and your take profit would be 0.90108.
Can you repeat the sell stop?
That was the sell stop.
Can you repeat it, please?
Yeah, sell stop entry 0.90208, 0.90208, and the take profit would be 0.90108.
And that was EG.
Yes, ma'am, EG. And go for 10 pips. I gave you the take profit for 10. However, privately in my other setting, I do have a way to let you know when you can go for more than 10 pips. So that'll be some other education. But guys, any more questions before I have to go? They have me on a set time limit, so.
No, thank you, Tonya.
Sure. Any guys, please chat out, reach out in the chat. if you enjoyed tonight, if you learned something, you didn't learn something, if you want to learn something new, we have to keep these going. If she doesn't get positive comments, we might shut it down or whatever. But I think that I do well teaching y'all. So please shout out in the chat. I'll see y'all next week. For those of you that reached out to me privately, I'll be getting back with you by tomorrow.
Thank
you
you.
very much.
Thank you
Tonya.
so much for
Thank
all
you,
your time,
Tonya.
guys. I appreciate you. God bless.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thanks, Tonya.
Thanks.
Uh-huh.
Thanks, Tonya.
Thank
And
you.
get
Thank you.
well.
I'm trying so much.
Take it easy, but get well. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you.